Game time.
Game time.
So this one is really, and as a GIS analyst, I really like this because I like when people make maps. I like when people put together maps. So a really huge Zelda Breath of the Wild fan replicated the world into a Google map. Now, this is not just from what you can see on the screenshot, do you see the street view selections? So you can hit on those and actually view the 3D world of Hyrule in a panorama view, just like you would on Street View, and like move around a bit in that space. So Nassim of Nassim Software thought it would be, quote, be really nice to be able to contemplate video game maps as some of them are really breathtaking, end quote. Fans over at Reddit have really enjoyed it, and Nassim has teased this won't be the only map he decides to take on. So it might be more Zelda maps, or it might be some other iconic video game maps. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Skyrim comes to mind.
Ooh, that would
way
be
to
dope.
go back without having to play the game for the 100th time.
But really, are you going to be upset if you play the game for the 100th time to start off as a barbarian and end up as an assassin archer?
I will not. You're not wrong. So you can check out the map and his explanation behind the scenes over on Nassim Software on YouTube. And I'll actually post the article from Game Rant in the chat. Skip it about.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope. I'm going to go find this later. So we're definitely add this to the description of the clips that we post tonight. But yeah, I would really love to see this with more video game stuff for sure. Like you could do it with that. You could maybe even do it with like a Metroid game, like one of the Prime games.
Mm-hmm. You know, the thing immediately came to mind, but I don't know how you would display it, is a Halo ring.
Oh, yeah.
That would work. Like, how do you... I guess you could just do... It would just look like one long strip, and you could zoom into pieces of the strip, right? And you just kind of have like a... at the end of one strip, that's continuing to the other side of it.
Especially with the new one, I feel like it would work really well with Infinite. With the way that they're designing it. Right. That would be dope.
Dope.
Imagine if he did this with all the Mass Effect planets too, though. Yeah, see?
That sounds like a task.
I mean, yes, but worthwhile.
I did not pull up the construction photos for this because from their vantage, you couldn't really tell a lot what was going on. But Super Mario World may be adding Donkey Kong Country expansion already. So there have been some teases that this might be happening. There's currently a door in a Japan theme park that has very Donkey Kong-esque themes and colors on it. It's got that classic tree kind of on the background of it. And eagle-eyed users over on Twitter have tried to look through the construction facade and see what they can see. Some have reported basically jungle-themed scaffolding and things in the park. So it's probably about all but a confirmation that this is going to be happening. Now, the construction photos that were up on there, some of them scaffold pretty high, and there was a joke that it was going to be the barrel run on the original Mario Brothers, where you're trying to jump over the barrels from Donkey Kong, or at least be themed in that way. So that may not be the actual amusement, but
that would be, I could see that. That's going to be, I'm excited. That's going to be cool. At some point or another, we need to do like a Nerd Union live, like over there in this theme park.
Yes.
That would be, that'd be ton of fun.
Man. I'm down to go back.
I mean,
whenever we can, that it's safe to do so.
Yes, my wife and I are already figuring out how to do this though, so you're good.
Let's see. We are going to continue reporting on a topic we started last week with Activision and Ubisoft, but today will be mostly focused on Activision. The quick bits. So we talked about that 1,000-person letter that has now been expanded to 3,200 employees backing that letter and continuing an additional open letter to quote, company executives have claimed that actions will be taken to protect us, but in the face of legal action and the troubling official responses that followed, we no longer trust that our leaders will place employee safety above their own interests. They claim this is truly meritless and irresponsible lawsuit, while seeing so many current and former employees speak out against their own experiences against harassment and abuse is simply unacceptable. On the 28th of July, after read aired last week, they held a formal walkout and work stoppage in solidarity with their affected coworkers, most notably citing that they will not be silenced. Additionally, over 26, All right, so we took that number up because we didn't want to confirm it, but yeah, so I won't say the number of people that have left, but apparently there's been a lot of employees that have not just done the walkout, but have left the company in the last week. But we don't have a great number, so we'll get back to that possibly next week.
Yeah, we can circle back on that. But yeah, I don't even know what to say about this entire situation. Like, it's mind-boggling, but at the same time, it's also not mind-boggling given like the massive level of toxic like masculinity things that have existed over forever in our country. Like, I don't. The rage is something that I don't know how to put into words about this, and I don't blame all these people for leaving. They should leave. Like, why would you stand for this anymore? Plus, there's also like other good MMORPG games to play, like that aren't associated with this company. Like Final Fantasy 14 is freaking amazing for one. Like, there's all sorts of things instead.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know money is going to be the ultimate factor that motivates the executives to do like whatever right thing it is, but it still makes me mad.
Yeah, I don't think it would just be I think it's one of the hardest franchises that you're asking people to leave. Because I can't imagine if this had been like, I know I was poking on Epic for some like the Fortnite dances and stuff, like so. But I'm trying to imagine like if this had happened with Fortnite and we needed people to stop playing Fortnite, how many people are really going to do it?
Yeah.
And it's sad that it's sad to say, like, I just don't know if the gaming community has people's back like this, because the thing we were talking about last week was this isn't new information, and I have to call myself out. It's like maybe I read it and ignored it, or just didn't hit me.
Yeah, like, we never covered this.
Yeah. So it just did not hit the community, and I'm hoping it's going to stick now. Mm-hmm. So fingers crossed on that, but I'm hoping that it sticks now and that we don't let this like continue on. But like I said last week, and I'll reiterate, you got to clean house on both.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like there's no like just we'll do better. It's like you need to clean house and then rehire. And I know that's a painful transition, but I really think in how toxic both of these are, and especially in Ubisoft's case, because it's coming from their headquarters, right, and it's stemmed out across the globe. Like, if you don't do that, it's not going to get any better anytime soon.
I'd be curious to see the player base numbers right now for all of this, just to see whether or not those numbers have dwindled as well in order to send a message, but I'm not sure. Although I could probably check by like going and checking the server statuses of some of these servers, but...
Mm-hmm. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, nothing's gonna send the message how it needs to be sent unless you have them losing what is valuable to them, basically, at that point. Which Kenny's right; they need to rehire. Basically, the whole system needs to be like revamped. That's going to take time. But the question is whether or not these people in charge of this will or if their player base just continues to dwindle down and the game just crashes. Like, that's another thing.
What did you say?
I was just talking about like various possible in-game things that could change it. Like, they need to see things change. Like, the people who are in charge of this have to see things that they care about, like actually dwindling, or just the game itself just crashes because not enough people are playing it. Or at least at the level that they were trying to sustain it. I could see that happening. The level that they've been trying to sustain these games for, I could see that dwindling down drastically enough that they would have to like get some kind of point across in that way.
Yeah. So that might hey, for me as a Halo player, this is perfect timing, because it means everyone might start shifting over to Halo, or this is not a hate on Battlefield, but like, let's not support EA either. So just come on over, play some Halo with me.
Yeah. Halo Infinite's multiplayer is going to be free.
Yeah, and it's looking good.
It does look good.